new here, my name is Faiza and this is Caffeinated Nurse.
And it goes a little something like...
Now that you have understood the sinus heart rhythm, we can discuss bradycardia and the several types of bradycardia. Bradycardia, as you know, it means a slow heart rate. That is a heart rate less than 60 beats per minute. There are 4 types of bradycardia. The first type is the sinus bradycardia, first degree AV block, then second degree AV block, which is divided into type 1 and type 2, and lastly third degree AV block. And we'll discuss all the types of bradycardia and how you can identify them on a strip. Remember, as we say, sinus, when you see the word sinus, just know that the rhythm originates from an SA node. To identify a sinus bradycardia, the rhythm on the strip is going to look like a sinus rhythm, but the only difference is that when you calculate the heart rate with the methods that I showed you earlier, you're going to find that it's less than 60 beats per minute. It's the only thing that will help you identify if this is a sinus bradycardia. Both the atrial heart rate and the ventricular heart rate are going to be less than 60 beats per minute. And the second type of bradycardia is the first degree AV block. To identify this first degree AV block, you're going to look at the PR interval. To identify the PR interval, we say right where the P wave starts to where the QRS complex is about to start. We say the normal PR interval is 0.12 seconds to 0.2 seconds. The thing about looking at these strips, most students only look at the first half of the strip and ignoring the rest of the strip. You should always look at the whole strip. If you find that it is more than 0.2 seconds, then that means it's the first degree AV block. Electrical signals that are being fired from the SA node are reaching the ventricles but at a very slower rate, hence the longer PR interval. So in summary, the first degree AV block could look like a normal sinus rhythm but with a longer PR interval. And the third type of bradycardia is the second degree AV block, and we have 2 types of the second degree AV block. That's Mobitz type 1 AV block, also called the winky badge. The other type is Mobitz type 2 AV block. With the Mobitz type 1 AV block, also called the winky badge, it occurs at the AV node and it is characterized by the successive prolongation of the PR interval. It becomes long, longer, longest. For example, on a strip, you can see that the first PR interval that you identify is 0.21 seconds. The successive PR interval is going to be more than 32 seconds, and then the other one is going to be 0.44 seconds. When you see the successive prolongation of the PR interval, the next thing that you're going to expect is that the QRS complex is going to be dropped. Because the PR interval continues to elongate, electrical impulse that have been fired from the AV node does not reach the ventricles, hence the QRS complex being dropped. Generally, look at that strip, you're going to see there is a P wave that is not followed by a QRS complex. Second type of second degree AV block is the Mobitz type 2 AV block. This one occurs below the AV node, and there's an intermittent non-conduction of a P wave with a PR interval that is constant. Keep in mind that the Mobitz type 1, the PR interval was successively getting longer, longest. But with the Mobitz type 2, the PR interval is constant. This one kind of has the same pathophysiology as the Mobitz type 1. Production of electrical impulses is not reaching the ventricles. The QRS complex is going to be dropped. The only difference is that the PR interval is constant. And lastly, the third degree AV block. This is the most clinically significant because it can lead to cardiovascular collapse. And for its treatment, it requires immediate pacing. An easy way of understanding the third degree AV block is that the P wave and the QRS complex are independent of each other. They're not working together. They're both doing their own thing. When you look at the strip, the P waves are present, the QRS complexes are present. They are regular in shape, they are normal in size, both the P wave and the QRS complex. This being represented as a ratio normally should be 1:1. But when it comes to the third degree block, you find that the P waves are mainly compared to the QRS complex. You could find that there are 4 QRS compared to 1. And also you said for a sinus rhythm, the ventricular heart rate and the atrial heart rate are going to be the same. When it comes to the third degree AV block, the ventricular heart rate is going to be less compared to the atrial heart rate. When you also look at the PR interval, along the whole strip, the PR interval is going to vary. So pathologically, when you explain the third degree AV block, impulses are not from the atria, are not being conducted through the AV node. The ventricles kind of adapt and start to find their own rhythm from different other pacemakers. The junctional pacemaker and also the ventricular pacemaker. These are the other pacemakers that the ventricles kind of adapt to get their rhythm from when the electrical conduction is not being conducted through the AV node as it normally should. When you want to identify if the ventricles are getting their electrical impulse from either a junctional pacemaker or a ventricular pacemaker, you look at the ventricular heart rate. The ventricular heart rate from a junctional pacemaker is usually between 40 to 60 beats per minute, while that of the ventricular pacemaker is usually between 20 to 40 beats per minute. When you see a strip with the third degree AV block from a junctional pacemaker, there will be a normal QRS, but a rhythm from the ventricular pacemaker, which is also slower, has a wide QRS complex, meaning that the QRS complex is more than 0.12 seconds. And a huge difference between the second degree AV block and the third degree AV block is that in the third degree AV block, the QRS complexes are not dropped. They are present, okay? So they can either be normal, which is a narrow QRS complex, or they can be a wide QRS complex. That's it. I hope I have highlighted the most important things about looking at a strip that represents a bradycardia. We've looked at all types of bradycardia. We have sinus bradycardia, first degree AV block, second degree AV block, which are 2 types of second degree AV block, the Mobitz type 1, Winky Batch, and also Mobitz type 2. And finally, we've looked at the third degree AV block. And I hope you've understood and have highlighted how you can identify the bradycardias or the normal sinus rhythm on a strip. I hope that this lesson was helpful. I didn't know this rhythm until I did the course with Red Cross, the ACLS course. All my time in nursing school, I didn't understand this. But after nursing school, that's when I understand this. Actually, now I can interpret a strip and actually identify what to do, what kind of intervention to do. So apart from learning, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Inshallah, in the next video, we're going to discuss about tachycardias. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? This channel is going to be helpful to you, even in nursing school, and if you're not in nursing school, or you just like nursing content. Welcome, you can always subscribe, okay? You can also follow me on Instagram at this handle, or you can follow me on TikTok at this handle. I don't know why it's going to appear on the screen, but somewhere here, down here, or up here. Until next time, see you. Bye.
And it goes a little something like